Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be going over the quest, the Knight's Sword. And we are up here at the grain mill, kind of collecting some flour and some water just to make some pastry dough, because Encanto dwarves love red berry pies, and this is going to be one of the required items to actually kind of take on this quest. So I would recommend level 10 cooking. You don't really need it. If you're going to buy off of the GE, you can get a red berry pie pretty simply. But as it stands, I'm going to be getting all of these items legitly, so even the Iron Men can follow along. So here we go back to the Lumbridge Castle. And we are going to collect jugs of water just so we can get as much pastry dough as possible, because with level 10 cooking, your success rate on a red berry pie is significantly lower than you might think. So I'm also going to include where to find pie dishes, because not a lot of people might be able to make it into the cooking guild and get a free pie dish. So there is one spot where you can find them, and on our way back to the Lumbridge Castle, you can go up to the grain mill where I was at just to kind of collect a bunch of grain, pots of flour, stuff like that, just to kind of prepare yourself for the further parts of this mission. And you're also going to need 2 iron ingots, and that is going to be level 15 smithing and level 10 mining. And this is also going to be required for the quest, as well as bluerite ore. And that will be pretty much the main ingredients to make the bluerite sword, which the squire had lost for Servin? I think that's his name. But anyway, as we make our way in, I was just at the grain mill, just about east of Lumbridge, northeast. So here we go into the kitchen and make some pastry dough. Alright, now that we have all of our pastry dough, we are going to go ahead and go to Varrock. And I'm going to show you where to get red berries, because not a lot of people might know where they might be. But anyway, off we go. So come up here to the Dark Wizards, and you are just going to head east and keep heading east until you almost hit the mining pit. Now there's going to be cadva berries and red berries sitting in these bushels. And I'm not sure what the spawn rate is, but sometimes it takes a little bit for these berries to come back and actually be present. So these are the red berry bushes that I'm talking about, kind of up against this wall. And there also is one kind of to the southeast of me right now. And as you can see, there aren't any on this bush at the moment. So I don't know if somebody had actually come by and picked the red berries before I was able to, but it happens. So we are going to take a couple of minutes and let some time pass to allow the berries to respawn, so we do not have to buy anything from the GE, which is kind of the main goal here. So, what can you do? Spawn rates are spawn rates. We'll wait. And that's about the most you can do, like I said, unless you're going to buy it from the GE. So they finally respawned in, and there should be enough red berries out of the 2 bushels to make you about 4 pies, and I'm going to say that we'd be safe with about 4. Some people might want to collect a little bit more. Again, the success rate of cooking a red berry pie at level 10 cooking is about 50-50. So if you're comfortable with a coin toss, that's okay with me. We're going to head north kind of to the passage, and we're going to go ahead and go into the palace. And these are the pie dishes that I'm talking about. It is up in the northeast corner of the palace in the kitchen. So you don't have to have more than 1 pie dish in order to continuously make them. You can actually just empty out the dish. So we are going to go ahead and try to make as many red berry pies as possible. Hopefully we don't have to run back. And that's 2. So only got about 2 more tries out of this, and if we don't make it, we are going to have to run back. And there it is. There's a red berry pie. All right. So we are going to make our way near the GE to kind of deposit some things. And after we deposit a couple of our items, we're also going to grab those iron ingots, as well as, I don't think I have any bluerite ore because of where it's located. But still going to need to kind of empty out the inventory. There isn't really much use for carrying a lot of this with me, so we're going to consolidate what we have and move along. And again, we are not going to be buying anything off of the GE. We might only, in some case, sell some stuff on here just to get the full worth of the items that we get from skilling and or smithing or crafting, etc. So away we go. And now that we're in Falador, we are just going to head straight into the White Knight Castle, and the squire should be about on the first floor, if not in the courtyard. He's just kind of walking around. He's the only guy with a stick, so he's not too hard to spot. But just be careful where you're clicking, because of course, you could always hit a white knight and then you're kind of in for a fight. It's a double attack zone, so just be careful, especially at a low level. But here we are in the courtyard, and that guy walking up there. Yeah, there he is, Squire. And you're going to mention to him, does he like being a squire? And he's going to tell you he's having some problems in that he lost his knight's sword. So this starts the quest. And this one really is just a whole errand boy kind of mission. This really is walk intensive. It really doesn't have much to it other than the fact that you are going south to north to south to Veyrock, back south, back north, back south, and the last time north. And it's going to warn us that we're not level 20, but that's okay because we have plenty of stamina that we're going to be utilizing for this run to complete the quest. So we now have to go back to Veyrock, into the palace, kind of where we were before, but instead we're going to be in the northwest corner over by the library. Talk to Reldo, and he will mention something about Incamdo dwarves, and we kind of misclicked here and kind of got into the dialogue for the Shield of Erev, but we're not going to be doing that right now just because, well, we don't have 2 people available. So let's get out of that, talk to him again, talk about the dwarves. There we go. And he's going to mention that they absolutely go bonkers for red berry pie. And now that we have one in our inventory, there's only one in all of Glenor. And we can at least talk to after the race of dwarves got wiped out. And that's going to be Thrugo, I think. I think that's how you pronounce his name. But as it stands, we'll finish the dialogue, and south we will go. And we are going to talk to him, and he is going to be at the very south peninsula of Port Sarum. So you can leave directly south from Falador, or you could teleport home, about what I'm going to do here. And after we teleport home, we are going to head straight for Port Sarum. And that would just be straight through Draenor, walk through the gate, go through Port Sarum, kind of walk over by the ruin shop, and just keep heading south, kind of where the jail cells are located. So here we go, and over to Port Sarum. So now that we're here, we're going to keep heading south and just keep on trucking. So we are going right down here to that anvil. That is where he'll be located. And it really is walk intensive, and I'd like to thank everybody for sticking around and watching a couple of videos. It means quite a bit, and it kind of motivates me to make more content each and every day. So if you enjoy what you see, go ahead and feel free to like and subscribe. If not, there's no obligation. But now that we're here at Thrugo, we're going to give him the red berry pie, and he's going to light up. So once we give him the pie, he's going to require us to get a picture of the sword that we need made. Now, once we get the dialogue for what we need, we are going to head all the way back to Falador to the White Knight Castle. So we were just kind of there after leaving Veyrock, but anyway, as fetch quests are, back we go to Falador. And I can't tell you how exciting it is that you run back and forth without teleporting tablets or high mage. This kind of becomes an ordeal. So now that we're back in Falador, we are going to keep heading west until we hit the bridge to go over to talk to the Squire. And once you get into the dialogue, he's going to tell you that he knows where a picture is, and it's in Servin's grandfather's cupboard, and that is located in the White Knight Castle. So you don't have to go very far for this. You just have to walk up the stairs right here. So once you walk up the stairs, you're going to kind of head to, it's like the staircase next to the ornate table that kind of overlooks the courtyard. So it's right on over here. It's a bow cabinet. Right up here, right to these stairs. And once you get up these stairs, you are going to head into the room that is located to the south. And there is Servin. We're going to head in here to the bedroom, open this door real quick, and close the door behind us so nobody knows that we're taking anything out of the cupboard. Open the cupboard up, and we should get a picture of the sword that he needs. And I was a little confused where to go after this, so I thought you had to talk to the squire again, but actually you just have to head south again back to Thrugo now that you have the picture, and he will give you another task. So we are going to make our way out of the castle, and I'm not going to lie to you, when I went to go and search for the picture, that was my very first attempt. I'm not going to lie, I really didn't know where they were going to keep that picture or where that bedroom was going to be, so the fact that I clipped it and got it right the first time was actually kind of crazy to me. So, down the steps we go, and of course, back south to the dwarf. Now that we've reached Thrugo again, we're going to talk to him and tell him that we got the picture. Alright, so start the dialogue. He'll be, yeah, no, I like that picture, and give him the picture, and then he goes, okay, so I'll need 2 iron bars and bluerite. And bluerite is going to actually be quite close by, and it's going to be in that trap door that's located on top of the hill behind his house. And there is a little inconsistency that I forgot to mention. You will need a pickaxe for this, and I forgot one, and if you did too, I'm going to show you where to get one. So if you go north, you can head right into Remington, and on the table in this building, there is a bronze pickaxe. So do not worry if you didn't bring a pick along like I did. You can just walk into here, go ahead and grab yourself a pickaxe. It's not far. And after you grab the pickaxe, just head on down to that trap door and enter in. Now, there's going to be quite high-level enemies in here. There's going to be pirates, hobgoblins, muggers, ice giants, and ice knights. And for low levels, this is pretty daunting, but there are a lot of little hidey spots that you can go into that they can't really get you. And there's a piece of bluerite that is kind of in the corner where you can kind of safe spot it. Alright, so now that we're in the trap door, we're currently getting beat up by a bunch of muggers. So we are going to leisurely make our way into the next room. And they stop being aggressive towards you kind of when you pass this torch here. And the better it is that you have something aggroed on you when you go into one of these new areas, because nothing will lock onto you because it is not a double attack zone. So you don't really have to worry about, you know, accumulating too many enemies on you, especially when you enter here. Hobgoblins do kind of hit high, but it's not too high. If you use any prayer like thick skin or rock skin, you can improve your defense, and you can kind of just sit by and sneak through. Now, up to this little piece of bluerite, you can kind of just make your way past everybody and get in this corner here and mine yourself a piece of bluerite. Now, you only need 1 to complete this quest, so it's not like you have to get 3 or 4. You only have to make it here 1 time. And there we go. So now that we have all the required items, we are going to make our way out of here. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. All right, not so. Oh my goodness. Okay, we really need to wait a minute. I'm gonna chill here until my health kind of gets back to where it was. I didn't realize we'd almost die. Okay, so now that we have a little bit more HP, we are going to just beeline it for the ladder. Hopefully nobody hits us for anything. You can see I'm using rock skin just to kind of buff my defense, so I don't take anything higher than a 5. Because if I do, then it's all the way back to Lumbridge, and the run is not complete. So, oh, get out of here, get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. And you're all going to be chasing. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. I made it out. So, back to Thrugo. Let's give him these supplies and have him make the sword for us. Down and around, and into the shack we go. And if you guys have any suggestions for any quests that you'd like to see done, or what I should do next, go ahead and feel free to comment that below. And here is the replacement sword that we have come for. There we go. There is the knight's sword. So, after you leave the shack, of course, it is one more time all the way back to Falador. So, away we go. And now that we are in the castle, talk to the squire one last time. Get over here. Okay, there we go. And yeah, you give him the sword, and there it is, guys. The knight's sword. That's about 12,000 smithing XP, up to about 32 smithing, and more quest points. So, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for stopping by. And of course, everybody, all the very best. I can't wait to see you in the next video.